Hey, what is up, guys? Everyday Exercise here, and I'm finally bringing you System Test 4. Some of you guys have been starting to ask for it, so here it is. Definitely worth the wait. I'm still not completely finished with the system yet. There are still a few parts that I'm missing and whatnot, but they're not really important or vital to the system in any way. So, yeah, let's just get it started. So, nothing has changed with the Simplex 4006. You can see that I tidy up the wiring quite a lot, so it just looks amazing in my opinion. No troubles as normal. And yeah, I actually never noticed that in there. Okay. Alright, so new things. We have much more wiring hanging down from there now. Got new devices in the system. This is still the same. Still on zone 2 I think, yeah. On the drill function. So let's follow that wire over here. See, it comes up here, and we have a Simplex 2099-9756 pole station here. This is the dual action, but I took that out. Actually, the piece kind of broke off, and it was kind of being a pain, so I just took the whole thing out. So yeah, that's a warning. If you're getting a dual action pole station from Simplex, just be aware. The tabs are very easy to break because they're just cheap plastic. I'll actually show you the inside of my other one. Still has the thing in it. See, yeah. So yeah, I don't like the way that Simplex designed this at all. You can see here, it's just a really easy to break plastic rod that's in there. You see that the other one broke off already because I had somebody treat it a little violently. Basically, how this works is let's say that the thumb, or my thumb, is the back of the pole station, so you just basically push in like that. There's a bunch of pressure right there on the plastic, so it just snaps very easily. It's definitely something that I don't like about this pole station, because I really love that dual action feature, but I can barely use it. Put that back in there. You see, my firearm collection is getting pretty big now. All right, back to system test. I'm getting sidetracked. Put the key back in the panel. Okay, so you might have noticed that up here we have two new wires. There's two going up to two things. Yeah, you guys probably know what's coming. So here we have a 2-wire Simplex True Alert on zone 1. I still need to put both of these on zone 1 just because you're not zone 1, NAC 1, sorry, because they can both be on it now. And this is the wrong cover plate for it. This is what I've been waiting for, basically, is a new cover plate. Because you can see, that is a horn strobe. So yeah, and then, you guys have probably seen it already. The Simplex, no, not a Simplex, it's a System Sensor 2412TH. That TH stands for thermal smoke detector, so it detects both heat and smoke. So this is the heat element up here. It is 135 degree fixed and rate of rise. So what that means is, if it starts noticing the temperature go up rapidly, then it'll go off. Or if it reaches a certain temperature which is fixed, then it'll also go off. Okay, so that's it for that. Just gonna follow this wire behind that exit sign, which was having problems the other day. Loose wire. Come all the way down here. I hate this. Really one of my biggest pet peeves, having like hanging wires and whatnot, but I don't have any more wire mold, so it just comes down here behind the door. You guys have seen this before. And then I changed the chime out, or the chime strobe only, for this Simplex True Alert remote strobe, and it is amazing. It is just really clear and clean. It did come used, but it just looks spectacular. But yeah, enough of my rambling. Let's get on with the test. Close that door. 3, 2, 1. Takes a while. And I know what you guys are thinking. Why is it so quiet if it's a True Alert? It's because of the cover plate. Ouch. Yeah, really loud. Come over here into the bathroom. Let's go ahead and silence this. Yeah, I heard somebody in the parking lot. I don't want them to call 911 or something like that. See, that's illuminated. Silenced. Let's go reset pulls. See, that is 2-wire audible silence. That is amazing. What's my camera doing? Okay, there we go. I'm holding this in such a weird position right now, but alright, so that's resetting. Let's wait for this to reset, and then we'll test out the smoke detector with some deodorant. Come on. There you go. Alright, so push. It does take a little bit to activate, but you know, it's an older smoke detector. According to New Age server alarm, this is in piss yellow. Definitely a great sounding color. Once again, they are in perfect sync. Eastern smoke. Okay. So I'm gonna let that air out a little bit. So while that airs out, I'm gonna show you. Look at the difference in this strobe. It's so much cloudier. I just think this shell is probably scratched and whatnot. That fell off of the wall. Yeah, that emergency light came falling down when a bunch of things were hitting this wall. So I just have it in this closet for right now. One of the heads fell off, so I had to put that in or back on. Definitely very, very tricky, guys. It took me like a day to figure that out because the plastic is just so hard. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to like remount that on the wall, and that's not gonna happen anytime soon because I'm lazy. But yeah, so now I'm probably gonna keep these Trulets on the system just because of the fact that I can have both of these on NAC 1 and they'll still sync and they'll still do 2-wire audible silence. Because that's a feature of the Simplex panel, is that you can do a combination of audible and visual devices on one NAC, and it'll still be able to silence each one where applicable, of course. So if you have just a horn strobe or something, then they'll silence, but the strobe will keep flashing. So that's definitely cool. What I plan to do with the second NAC is getting an MT and putting this outside. It's not going to be used for fire purposes. It's actually going to be used for tornado purposes. So what I would plan to do is put a pull station, a tornado pull station right here. So when you pull it, it'll activate a supervisor on the panel, and I'll have NAC 2 set. So when a supervisory comes in, it activates NAC 2 until it is acknowledged, I believe, or cleared. I don't know. Can't remember. So the MT would go off outside, and since this alarm has a bunch of tones, like high, low, and siren, this would be perfect. And if you know your sirens, you would know that some Thunderbolt sirens do have a high-low tone, which is commonly used for fire and whatnot. But it would work perfectly, I think, since we're having some bad weather. So I think that's aired out right now. I'm come on. Okay, I thought I was gonna activate again. So let's go ahead and restore this back to normal real quick. Yeah. Alright, so, one more thing. Congratulations to MST2474 on YouTube because he got a Simplex 4006. Yes, I'm definitely very, very excited for him because these panels, you can't find them anymore, you know, it's just kind of like they're erased off the face of the earth. But they're really, really good panels to start with, just for learning. First time panels are amazing because they're rock solid. Like, the batteries in here, I shorted them out like 3 times. The panel didn't care. It was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep working. I accidentally unplugged it and then unplugged the batteries, which is something that you should not do. I don't think that I have ever booted it from the batteries, which is something that you shouldn't do either. But yeah, another thing, the AC line, I had to rewire that because the wire shorted because apparently they were sticking out too much or whatever. But yeah, this panel, another story. Okay, so when I first got the panel, everything was working fine, but when I mounted it to the wall, I started getting what looked to me like CPU faults. So I'm wondering, you know, what's going on? It's happening like constantly, and I'm like, do I really have to return my first file and panel, you know? But I took it apart thinking that, you know, there might be some piece of metal touching or something might have, like, I don't know, a resistor or something might have blown. But what it was a little tiny screw, one that holds these things on, which, you know, I used it somewhere else on the panel to tie the board down. Was actually just inside the panel. It was free to move and everything. I just didn't hear it. I had no idea that it was there. So it was basically shorting things out in there, and it was causing CPU faults. The panel didn't care. It kept on working. As you can see, it's working perfectly. I'm able to clear every trouble. So this panel is definitely a trooper and definitely a great starter panel. If you're looking into buying a Simplex panel, I do recommend the conventional panels, the older ones, like the 4004, 4006, 4005 maybe, since that is kind of like a modular panel. Which I like modular panels, but I just like the old-fashioned modular panels, like the 2001. But yeah, the newer ones, like the addressable ones, like 4100Us and ES. From what I've heard from New Age Server Alarm, because he works with them all the time, does fire alarm inspections and whatnot. They're really bad panels. They just fail, and the NACs kind of don't reset when they're supposed to. But yeah, definitely a good starter panel. Congratulations. I hope that the previous owner flashed the panel for you, so you can use the default codes to program it and whatnot. But yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. If you made it to the end of the video, make sure to leave a big thumbs up. It really helps me out a lot. Hit that subscribe button too if you want to see more. Yeah, until next time, every day it's a sign.